Director Terry, we are live. Are you ready to kick this thing off?
Let's go. I'm ready.
Let's do it.
KTTV, giving you what you need. Motivation, education unleashed. H-Town representing, we forever keep it rolling. Join the conversation with inspirational stories. Thought-provoking, feel that energy. Kendrick Thomas aiming to lift the community. True indeed, tune in, come and see. Giving you what you need. KTTV, let's go. Hey, KTTV. Hey.
What it do, KTTV? This is KT, and I'm coming at you live with another episode of Education Unleashed. Wait a minute. Wait. Oh, wait a minute. Oh. This is not another episode. This is a special Monday night episode with the director herself, Miss Shanceler Terry. How you doing tonight, Miss Terry?
You know what? I'm doing all right. I'm excited to be here with you. I've been waiting to be able to visit with you for a long time. So this is exciting.
God sure has a way of working it out, right? So we said in Hampshire, man, we're gonna make this happen. We didn't, but here we are tonight. And I want to say thank you for taking some time out. Because once again, this is a Monday. So we know, hey, depending on how that weekend was, it could have been a long day for you.
Just a little bit.
So just thank you for making that time out for the evening to talk about the work. I'm truly excited about this.
Mm-hmm. I'm excited to be here too. Thanks for having me.
Now, before we get started, I know how important it is to make sure that we check on our strong friends. And so I first want to do a check-in with you and say, how are you doing? And how have you been finding balance between work and home in the new position?
You know, I think having been in education 27 years, that's a tricky question because I don't know if we ever find balance. I always say you find your new rhythm. And for me, it's what's a blessing is to be able to have the support that I've had from just my central team, my family here, my husband, my kids, you know, their prayers and so forth to walk into this new season. And having the support of those that are in charge of myself and others, it's been a true blessing. But finding that rhythm and trying to find out, okay, I know the dance steps of last season. What's the dance steps to this season? And so just trying to find, I don't know if we ever find the perfect balance in life. That would always really be heavy on me throughout my early years of education. But over the years, I've learned, you know what? It's a rhythm. It's a rhythm. It's just a different rhythm. And so I feel like now that we're hitting October, about to end that first 9 weeks, that I'm kind of getting into that rhythm a little bit. Of course, we have some big events coming up in a few weeks. And so I think that's going to help a little bit with seeing those come to pass and then trying to balance, helping our family liaisons on the campuses, as well as extending family engagement to the entire district through the different events that we're having to benefit our families and students. So,
so most definitely, in that rhythm, like almost to a bass drum, the way you move. But that is awesome. It's good to hear that. I love that analogy because it doesn't sound like you ever are resetting, right? As far as stopping and starting, it's just monitoring and adjusting. Wait a minute. That was a T-test phrase right there.
That's good. That's good. I'm gonna give you a little snap on there.
But constantly just monitoring and adjusting. So I'm never really stopping it. So just changing that mindset, right?
There you go.
And say it's always gonna be something different.
Yeah, sometimes you step off the dance floor, you take a break, then you listen and you be like, okay, I think I know the steps to that song. And then you get back on, so absolutely.
Man, that's it. So now for the people don't know, for the people in the back, can you give us a little bit of background on you in education and how did it lead you to the role that you're currently in?
Yeah. So when I went off to school, Tulsa University, I did not go to major in education. I went to major in marketing and PR, public relations. And my mom said, "Oh, you're never going to make money being in education. You need to do business. You've always been focused in business." And so I said, "Oh, okay, let me listen to mom. I'm going to do that." And then funny enough, I was at a friend's home and I was watching, weird enough, 2020. Now, this was back in the day. I'm going to date myself. So this is when the writers, the Freedom Writers, if you remember their story, not the movie, but this was the actual event happening where 2020 went and did a story on them. And I saw this story on 2020. I stopped crying because I saw a teacher taking care of at-risk youth and making a true difference in their lives. And the next day I changed my major to education, and I never looked back. I was always that person growing up, taking care of the kids in the neighborhood, taking care of all the kids in the family. I put on full productions. You name it, we were doing it. And so I started out as a teacher and really thought I'd always pretty much just, be a teacher, not just a teacher. That's a lot of work, right? But I didn't think, oh, I want to move up in administration or anything like that. I loved teaching. And then I remember my principal, Roger Thomas, came to me and said, "Hey, check out this grant. It's for after school programming." Oh my gosh, my world was changed. That became like the dream job, to be able to do things that sometimes we get busy and can't do in the classroom, but to have the time after school to impact lives. And through that position, I then fell in love with families, began seeing as they were coming in from work, the weariness or the questions they would ask while they were waiting to pick up their children, and really just trying to walk them through, parenting. And so that always kept a little piece in my heart. And then following after school programs, I then served as a grant writer for ALief for about 7 years. And during that time, kept working with families, even within the community outside of school and outside of work. And so then the position for family engagement coordinator was created about 12, 13 years ago. And then recently, our leadership decided to offer the opportunity to apply for the position of Director of Family and Community Engagement, which has been a true blessing. And it's a lot of work, but it's so worth it. The impact that we're seeing already is amazing. So that's kind of the short, long end of the story of my educational journey. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I think about the first time I met you, it was, it was a while back, but it was at the
not that long.
Let's
not get old.
Okay. You're right. It was a little while ago.
Yes.
At the grant writing thing, just at class. And so, man, you've been putting in the work. So it's only right. Yeah, that was
you just reminded me. Now I'm like, yeah, I do remember that. Yes.
Yeah, that was it. That was it back in the day. Okay. So back in the game. So now we've worked our way up. You've been putting it in for the event that we're talking about, the College Greek Week. Yes. Is this the first time doing it on this magnitude, or is it something going, or like, how did this come about? What's going on?
So this is the first time. We, in ALief, one thing we're big about is college and career readiness for sure. And this is an opportunity for us to partner with universities, alumni, current college students, college organizations, and say, hey, we want you to come in and flood our schools and give our kids a picture of what college and career looks like. So, I've served on the equity committee for ALief for a while. And one of the things that was kind of an aha moment, and that's what's exciting about ALief, is we have an equity committee. We are committed to the work. And it's not just something that we say, check, we have an equity committee. No, we're actually doing work beyond what you see in other places. And so one of the aha moments was access. Do we allow equity for access to information and access to programs? And although we do a great job with informing and equipping our families, perhaps we can dig a little bit deeper and say, okay, what can we do to ensure our families are more aware of programs that are going on in our schools when it comes to CCMR, College, Career, and Military Readiness. And so ALief Greek Week, College Week, allows our students to be exposed to those programs and the families, and to find out, oh, I didn't even know we had that. And so it opens the door for them to come in. I remember when we think about the idea, I remember years ago kind of having a thought about this week, but it was definitely our superintendent, Dr. Anthony Mays, who put this in action and began the ball rolling. I love that he said, let's do it. And so if you think back to a show called A Different World, right? You remember that show, Kendrick? Yes, right. Everybody watched it. Yes, watched it. That was my college show. But the cool thing about A Different World is after and when it started, people said they saw an extreme increase in the number of students that were enrolling in college. And funny enough, I truly believe, and they even said it was because it was something that we could see. It was inside the doors, not just a building you passed by, but you were actually, even though it was fiction, you were able to see a little glimpse of what college looks like. And that's what we want for our students. We want our organizations coming in with their shirts on, serving our students, reading to our students, doing different service projects, speaking to our students, telling their I can stories. And I'll tell you more about that soon, but telling their stories of what did they overcome to step into education. So going back to that equity piece that I was talking about earlier, in ALief, we have 96 dialects, if not more, spoken. So if you spin the globe, you will find out every family possible from around the world is probably in ALief. And so with that, you have students that may come, say their 8th grade year, first time in public education ever in this country, as well as their families. And so then you say, okay, now go into 9th grade. And they're going to do what they typically do, what they've learned to do. They go to class, right? But a lot of times they may not know about the programs. They may not know that I could get a certification to be a pharmacist. I could get my CNA certification. I can do veterinarian classes. These are things that would not necessarily be known to families and students just coming in. And so it allows us to be able to show them the opportunities that are out there. It allows equity of not only information, but access to these programs. And many people say, well, are you Greek? No, let me say that. I'm not Greek. However, I know the power of Greek organizations. I saw it when I got to Tulsa. Tulsa was not necessarily a university with people that look like me, right? And so all of a sudden, although we had few, it was interesting. The first people to talk to me were those of the Greek organization. And they weren't talking to me to join their organization. They were talking to me to say, hey, how can we support you freshmen now that you walked on the campus? And literally, I remember my mom taking the phone from me one night and saying, thank you for taking in my baby and watching after her. And that's what's cool about those organizations on campus. Greek or not, even college organizations, you find your own place. Where do I fit? Where do I belong? And everybody wants to belong. And we know that students being a part of these organizations also helps them stay in school when they're in college as well. And so that's kind of where it came from. Of course, there's more there, Kendra. I could talk about it all day because I get so excited.
And but it's so awesome.
And seeing, and the cool thing about Greek Week, it's just the start. Greek Week launches what we are calling ALief College and Career Road Trip. So ALief College Career Road Trip then leads to all these different opportunities that our students and our families get to engage in from the elementary level all the way up to the high school level. Great example. We had an organization send 25 of our students for the first time ever to Grambling University. 25 students that may not have ever seen beyond the steps of their apartment.
Yes.
This was amazing. And can I tell you the cool part? 12 of them were admitted on the spot. never probably thinking they could go to college.
Yep.
They took one day, one trip, and now they have the opportunity not to go to college, although going in Houston is great. They get to go to a whole nother state and attend college. To me, I believe in breaking the generational curse of poverty. I'll say it the way I believe it. Okay. I believe in that. And I believe the way you do that is through education of our families and of our students. Strong homes make strong students. And so to see this, and that's just the first trip. Alpha Kappa Alpha sorority, they are sending 25 more of our students to Southern in October, Southern University. Yeah. And this means a lot to me, as I remember back when I was in after school, the after school coordinator. And we took our students to the Galleria. I know that's when you could do a little bit different field trips, but we did that for a scavenger hunt, a math scavenger hunt. Before we went, we asked our students, what mall do you go to? They said Walmart. That's how they defined their mall. When we took them into this other mall, they were like, you got to be kidding me. This is a mall? This is a mall. I remember giving them lasagna for the first time in our cooking class. Those kids went crazy. To this day, Candace Carr, she came back for 4 plates. She had never tasted in her world, in her life. So to be able to expose our students to something they've never had, that means the world to us as educators, giving them that experience and that opportunity. Absolutely. Yeah. They don't see it, Kendrick. They don't a lot of times know what success looks like. They don't know what college looks like until you put a picture in front of them. I'll use this last example, and then I know you have something else to ask me. But I use the example of my daughter. My daughter, she would say, my husband and I would say, go clean your room. And we'd go in there and say, this room is not clean. And she was little. My husband took a camera and he took a picture behind her bed, under her bed, in her drawers, in her toy box. And then he made a book. And he said, now, when we say clean your room, check your book. This is what a clean room looks like. Yeah. You got to put a picture a lot of times in front of our students so that they can see what it is they're going after.
Most definitely. Most definitely. That says prayer and pedagogy. Come on now. If you can see it, you can be it.
Yes.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Ms. Shatera Johnson, she said SFA alum and Zeta. This is amazing. Great work. And I pray for much success. Yes, ma'am. Yes. We'll take that.
We want to see you next year, Miss Zeta.
Yeah. And then who's this? Miss Janice. She said she loved this. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So I appreciate that. So now we got the background of how it's looking, how things are going. Let's take a quick break. And what I want to do is I want to come back and I want to talk about what the week looks like. Like, do we have different activities for?
Oh, we do.
Yeah, so let's.
Yes.
Yeah. So let's get a little bit into that. And then we're going to talk about what role is our community and our families playing into this. All right. So what we're going to do, y'all, take a quick break, play about 2 commercials, and then we're going to come back and look, we're finna hear how they laid this week out. If anything, I know Maze. Shout out to Dr. Maze. Oh, shout out to Dr. Maze. I know he got something up his sleeve. So let's get ready to roll this thing. We'll be right back.
You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the
Yeah, look, I play those commercials because, like I say, each time on kttv.com, we sell stuff, right? We got books, we got shirts, we got pretty much anything you need. So go check us out, kttv.com. Now, I am back with the director herself. Woo! Thank you, Director Terry, once again for taking this time out on a Monday night to give us this work tonight. Such a deep message that you dropped. So many people believe that if you can't see it, there's no way you can be it, right? Yeah. So, man, when you think about your college, that probably was around that time when you start seeing like a different world and they got the Greek letters and all this stuff going on. I think that was the one that made me too. Yes. Because I look, man, because everybody wanted to flip shades. So I know y'all tuned
everybody.
Let's see. See it. Okay, Tamika Lewis, she said, why L? I don't
okay. 4C.
Oh, okay. See, thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, and Ms. Joyner, she said she should have emailed you back. Okay, I don't know what else. But look. All right, I'm glad you know. Shout out to Ms. Lewis then.
Yes, YL4C. That was yeah. So I believe in education beyond just the school. I, for many years, have led a group of young girls, generations of young girls, and Tamika Lewis was my co-leader. And so shout out to Young Leaders for Christ. Hey, YL4C. And
come on now. That's it.
Yeah.
Represent. All right. So now we got the background. We know what's happening, why it's happening. Now, what is this week going to look like? Please walk us through this so we can see how much fun we about to have.
So Greek Week kicks off October 10th, and it goes from October 10th through the 13th, leading into, shout out to ALief Proud Day Festival, October 14th. Also. Yeah. Come out. And so what you'll see, we've already started the fun. Actually, this week, today, you probably check out Twitter, and you'll see what we call I Can videos. And I'll talk about that. And so I Can videos are already been pushed out this week promoting Greek Week. And so October 10th through the 13th, you will see organizations who have already been paired with 19 to 20 different schools who are having organizations come in and either read to students. And the reading is strategic. It's really about their careers. It's really about you can do this. I remember asking students, I said, I talk to seniors every year and I ask them, I said, how many of you have applied for college? And you'd be surprised how many have not. And then you would like, why? And some of them will say, well, Miss, I can't get in. Or they'll say, Miss, I can't afford it. And sometimes that's their thoughts. And sometimes we as parents can put our fears on our children. And we would rather they not apply so that they're not disappointed because we felt that's what happened to us, right? And so these I Can videos that started this week are made by alumni. They're made by current teachers. They're made by community members, our district leaders, and they're 2 minutes or less, and they are sharing their I Can story. Some of the things that I overcame was this, that, or the other. And so but even though I went through those things, I still went on to school, or I still pursued my career. And if I can, you can. And so you'll see that in our videos that started this week. You'll see more coming out through Twitter next week, each day next week during Greek Week. We have different organizations like Omega Delta Phi, Gamma Phi Delta, Alpha Kappa Alpha, Kappa Delta Chi, Delta Sigma, Alpha Lambda Omega, Sigma Gamma Rho, Alpha Phi Alpha. All of these organizations are coming in. I hope I did not miss anyone because I will hear it later. Hey. I hope I said Kappa Delta Chi. They are all coming in. Some are coming in groups. And we have a cool thing happening at Cummings. They're going to come and actually plant flowers around the dedication bench. We have the Houston Fire Department coming out to Horn Elementary to spotlight firefighters. We have the one and only City Councilwoman Tiffany Thomas. She's a Delta Sigma Theta, and she is coming out to Hastings Ninth Grade Center to share her I Can story. So we have organizations also coming out and just sharing their stories. We're excited. We have alumni Jason Williams coming out to share his story, and a small step team from Alpha Phi Alpha going to one of our schools. And what's cool about this is You know, many people, when you say Greeks, they put it in a box
Mhm.
and they think one thing. But this week is about all ethnicities, a diverse set of young people, graduates coming in and showing that they can serve within our community, and also a picture of what college was like for them, to encourage our students to take the leap of faith. And yes, they can do it. I think that's so important, because a lot of times we'll get a picture in our mind of what a Greek looks like and what they do and what they're about. But we want to shed a light on the fact that our organizations, college organizations, are about first service. Yes, there's fun. Yes, there's community, but they're about service first. And that's where many were founded on, is the basis of serving their community. And so I'm excited that this is the first year, and I can't wait to see the future and how it continues to grow. So those I Can videos
Therefore, to it.
are really
Yeah.
exciting next week too.
Yeah. So what we'll do is let's get into a few more comments, and then we will jump. Let's watch a few of those videos. So
Oh,
hold up,
awesome. That
oh
would
look at
be
Miss
cool.
Journey. Look
Yes.
at her. She say, see what now people just we got somebody else, Miss Akia
All
Elise.
right.
Yeah. All right. See, okay, Miss Fangio, I see you.
Oh,
All
oh, they're
right.
getting excited. Oh, they jumping
Yeah,
in now.
look, she said that was my answer. Okay, I know she had comments. So she was talking about the flowers.
Yeah.
Okay, Black Swan, just put the hearts up. Oh, we got some more YL. Oh, what was
Oh,
that?
oh, they
Curly.
coming in
Okay.
strong.
Well, coming in strong. Say love it.
I love it. I love
And
it.
love this. I will appreciate it. All right. So what we'll do, let's check out but two of those videos, because I know
Oh,
we got
I'm
my
so
boy
excited.
doing
This is
the
my favorite
bubbling
part of Greek
report
Week
for
right
this.
here.
Hey, here we go. Right here. Giving back. All right. So let me get over here and I'll play this.
University. I'm a proud member of Sigma.
Oh,
Hi, I'm Carmen Hernandez, and I am a graduate of Texas State University. I'm a proud member of Sigma Delta Lambda, and this is my ICANN story. Growing up, I had a single teenage mother who was born in another country, and the odds were against me as far as college. But with the guidance of my mom and my grandma, who was a custodian for nearly 30 years in ALief, showed me what hard work was. At home, college was never a question, it was a must. When I entered high school, I still remember Coach Kane from Elsick High School, go Rams, sat me down and asked me, "What are your college plans?" And that's the first time I felt someone at school care as much for my education like my family did at home. Now I am the in-class support teacher and the autism coach. Remember, ALief, si se puede. If I can, you can, ALief. Happy Greek Week.
hey, see,
Love it. Love it.
I
Yes.
love it. All right. And
Calling.
so let's see here. Let's get one more. Oh no, let's get one more. These things here. This is the guy right here.
All right.
Um, this is the guy. All right, here we go. Let me
Oh,
see
yeah.
here. Hey,
Lewis, a graduate of Texas State University and a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. And this is my ICANN story. I was born to a single mother who had me at the age of 18. And as an early age, I was raised by my grandparents. And in my grandparents' home, the value of education was instilled at an early age. I attended the high school for the engineering professions, and naturally, engineering was a pathway that I chose when I started college. My first year, I majored in engineering, but sometimes life has different plans. It was in college that I found my true calling while working in at risk youth camps, after school programs. It was there that I realized that I didn't want to be an engineer, but I actually wanted to pursue a career in education. So I took a leap of faith. I changed my major to education, and today I serve as the principal of Kerr High School. I'm living proof that you can rewrite your story, And now I'm dedicated to living out my life's work of being a champion for young minds, helping our youth become engineers, doctors, teachers, and successful individuals. And if I can, you can. Happy Greek Week.
Come on, man. Look, well, first off,
Love
big
it.
shout out.
Love it.
Look, now, this is the question. How long did they have to put these videos together? Because Vincent got editing, he got storylines. Look, how long did he have to put that together?
Mr. Lewis does not go small. Let me tell you. I think he finished his video. He said 12 a.m. But some of them literally on the spot. You know, you have to stay tuned for Miss Nikki Bland and Miss Meredith Harrison. Yeah. Stay tuned for their videos. They did it like on the spot. So, you know, there's some really, really cool ones. And what I love about the stories, Kendrick, is that like all of them are different stories that our students can identify with. You're going to hear stories about folks that were here for the first time in their country. They were the first generation to go to college. And then you're going to hear from stories where they had mom and dad, but still they had challenges when they got to college, right? And then you're going to hear stories about people when they went back to school for their doctorate. You know, you're going to hear a story from one person, and she's an educator in ALief, who while in school was fighting cancer, but yet still graduated, you know, through support. And so it's amazing all the stories you're going to hear that our students can identify with and say, you know what? Well, maybe if I can't, they can, maybe I can. And one cool thing that we're doing is we're really promoting for every single senior to complete a college application as part of their senior portfolio. Now, this is huge because people would say, well, what if they don't want to go to college? One, you still need the skill of how to fill out an application. That's important, right? But then sometimes you don't fill it out because you already decided what your answer is going to be. But imagine students who are going to fill that out in class and then get the acceptance letter and say, oh, what? I got in? And then they began to take the next steps because they told themselves they can't, but now they have a letter that says, oh, yes, you can. So I'm excited about that for this week too. I was almost tempted to call it I Can Week. I kind of have, but you know, I'm excited about that too. So that's the middle name of the week. I Can Week.
Look, let's get to some of these comments here. Miss Janice, I think she agreed with me when I was talking about the storyline for Vincent, the editing. What Praise say, Mr. Lewis, don't play. I agree with that. Then Janice say, can I redo my video?
Oh, yeah.
And so Ms. Joyner was just talking as you were talking about, you know, some of the things that the kids go through. So adversity and, of course, that perseverance that it takes to make sure that we are successful. So now thinking about, like you said, some of our staff, some of the other members that have did the videos. Now, when you think about our families, right, and family engagement, so what role does that play inside of that week overall?
Yeah. So with families, we believe in family engagement, the family and community engagement department, and in ALief that our families should be welcomed no matter what door they're walking into. They should be engaged. So not just showing up, that's great, but also engaged, a seat at the table to have a voice in how we do education. They should be informed about what's going on and equipped. And this week allows for our families to be informed about what's going on in our schools. So after Greek Week, again, you're going to see that ALief College and Career Road Trip. And throughout that college and career road trip, there's going to be information about all types of events coming up that support college and career readiness. In November, we're doing, during Family Engagement Week, we're doing a virtual session in English and in Spanish about FAFSA and TASFA. You know, also we're doing those in person. Information that families may not have known that there's money available to go to college. Even if they don't have their papers, there's money that they can still qualify for to be able to go to college. Also, we want to equip our families. So we love it when our families actually go on the college visits. Our family centers, shout out to all our family liaisons, our family centers are taking our families to the ALief Career Center. Advance. If you've not visited the ALief Career Center, you need to visit it. It is amazing. And there, our families, we're going to take them on tours so our families can see what's available to their students. A story I'll share with you when we took our families in the past. They kept asking, how much? How much? How much? And we said, in ALief, this is free. This is free for every single one of your students. They have an opportunity to come here where there's an actual full out restaurant, which, by the way, they make really good food. There's also an amazing mechanic shop in which I have gotten my car fixed there, and it's awesome. They have a veterinarian, never going there afraid of animals, but it's there, a whole veterinarian clinic. They have like a makeshift hospital, a full out studio, TV studio for our students for free. So informing them of this information, again, going back to that parent that I told you about that may have just registered in ALief coming new to the country, they would never have known that that building exists. In addition to that, taking also our families on trips to colleges. We've done this before, but on a smaller scale, and our families, some of them actually registered to go to college. What a beautiful example is that for our students. And as a parent to say, I'm going to go with you. We're going to do this together. How amazing is that? And so that's how it plays a role this week, is allowing our families to be able to have those conversations after Greek week and say, hey, so what happened at school today? Of course, they're going to say nothing, but no, what was the best thing that happened at school today? What was something that you heard the presenter say, or, what was it like doing community service alongside the organization coming? Because that's what's neat for the community service piece. They're not going to just go and do that service work alone. The students actually are getting on their hands and knees, planting flowers alongside these students and the organization. So that's exciting as well.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Looking forward to the week. Yeah, looking forward to how big it's going to be. I know we have so many fraternities and sororities within the district until
absolutely.
I'm just waiting to see when the battle gonna start here.
Oh my gosh.
It could be a live step show just anywhere.
So let me tell you about April the 12th, because that's where it could go down. April 12th is the culminating event. So this is when we invite our seniors that have participated in the ALief College and Career Road Trip. We're going to give away prom tickets. We're going to give away yearbooks. We're going to give away many scholarships, gift cards for them to be able to go buy the things to go off to school. We're going to also focus on careers for those that want to get their certifications in specific areas. And our young people from ALief are going to step. But then we're also bringing in the Greek organizations to step as well. And so I would love to see a battle from the district of Greek organizations. Yes, that would be amazing. The challenge is on. I'm putting it out there.
All right. So now, as we wrap this part up, because I want to widen the scope and get into just broad family engagement things, right? Because I know this week is for that, but then I know there are so many more awesome initiatives. So I wanted to talk a little bit about those. But give us the deets on College Greek Week one more time, kind of the time frame.
Yeah, so again, College Greek Week is October 10th through the 13th. So starting next Tuesday through next Friday at 19 of our campuses. Several organizations are coming out, and we're excited because we have our campuses already signed up. Stay tuned to Twitter and see the rest of the ICANN videos that will be featured this week and several next week.
Hey, and it's going down. All right, y'all. Look, we'll take a quick break. Then we'll come back and let's talk a little bit about family engagement. We got a little while left. All right, so y'all hold tight. Yeah. So before we jump into things too, for everyone who's tuning in tonight that may not know, usually we'll go through a few segments, and so we'll have we got the outstanding educator spotlight. Do you know last week we highlighted um Miss, oh man, I can't remember her last name. Oh my God. But when I tell you it was fun, she's over at Albright, theater teacher. And so Mr. Renford Joseph shouted her out. And when I tell you that a lot of people showed love, and they really just showed how awesome she was by the response that I got from just being able to share. I say, oh my God. Oh, but oh my God, I can't remember her last name. I know her first name was Tiffany though. Her first name was Tiffany. I just can't
Hey,
when you think
Tiffany,
about
all
format.
right.
Yes, yeah. So she is getting it in. All right. So now, hold on, wait a minute. What she say? Awesome work. The ICANN videos are awesome. I agree with that. Miss Joyner, Dr. Joyner, well, she hit me up. Hey, I have prom dress connections, so maybe she got a
Hey,
little bit. We do not
let's
mind.
hear it, Tashonda. Tashanda's been in this
Hey,
game a long time. She's always in the community.
oh, I'm telling you,
Dr.
getting it
Joyner.
in. Yes. Okay, so now thinking about like I said, widening that scope a little bit and just looking at ALief family engagement as a whole. Um, getting people back, we're looking at enrollment dropping, all of those pieces as we come make our way back to 100% post 2020. What initiatives, especially this year since you stepped into the role of director, or strategies are in place to simply encourage more participants in school activities?
So, first of all, I'll say that one thing ALief does an amazing job at is what Dr. Karen Mapp, who's an expert in family and community engagement, would say is that's organizational conditions. The first thing that you have to do in order to engage our families at a new level is to ensure that we have organizational conditions in place. And what that looks like is making sure that family engagement is embedded in what we do in every way. And what I love is over the past 12 years, watching that growth and it becoming more embedded in the decisions we make and the things we've done. You look at even in this role, in this position, there's never been a director for family and community engagement in the history of ALief. And so to see our school board say, you know what, we're going to put our money where our mouth is, and we're going to invest in taking family and community engagement to that next level. Our superintendent, Dr. Anthony Mays, a shout out to our chief of staff, Dr. Julia Andrews. We're just excited for the decision made to take family and community engagement to that next level. When it comes to engaging our families, one thing that we've put in place, which is exciting this year, is called our FACE Academy, Family and Community Engagement Academy. So this allows our families to attend different events that help them build their efficacy. So it's not just about getting a family member in the door. Are we building their confidence and ability to support their children at home? Can they truly be the first teachers of their children and support them? Do we give them the tools in their hands? We understand, because I know me, when my kids got to high school, I was not equipped to help them with the new math. That wasn't me. However, you could send me to websites that equipped me and helped me build my efficacy to help them with their math. And we want to put tools in our families' hands to help build their efficacy, where they feel like they can walk away and say, okay, I can do that. One way we do that is we say, families, can you read with your child? Can you talk with your child? Not two. Can you move with your child? And can you eat with your child? Anybody that's listening can do one of those, at least one of those 4 things with their children. Those 4 things are all research-based to help raise academic success for children. So that's the first step they can do. But also attending math nights or science nights, or even listening to your child and listening to what they've learned during Greek week, or even going to the ALief Proud Festival, where you're finding out about different programs to support their children. All of that is building their efficacy. So through our ALief Face Academy, if our parents earn 6 credits, they're going to get the opportunity to walk across the stage and, in a sense, graduate for and celebrate their ability and their investment in growing as a parent in ALief. And the cool thing is, they'll also be able to earn service cords. So, the honor cords, that they're going to be able to earn service cords by serving on their campuses FAME committees, families actively and meaningfully engaged committees, and or being a part of a district committee as well. So we want to encourage them by saying, hey, it's worth the effort. Now, we know that we would rather our families just to come, right? But we know also that we want to show, was it worth my time to come, right? It's not just about attendance, meaning numbers. We want to measure the growth of our families by what they're learning and how they're using what we're giving them in their hands. One of the big things that we've done in ALief is we really, last year and into this year, have focused on customer service, really looking into how are we serving the families. They're our customers. We don't have a job without them, right? And so family and community engagement is not just the job of our family liaisons, which again, we're unique in the fact that ALief leads the way that they have a family liaison on every single campus. So now they're not the only ones responsible for the work of family engagement. Family engagement is the work of everyone. We can't ask one person to go out and engage all the families. And I love that our schools are jumping in and they're saying, we're a part of this too. The family liaison isn't alone. We're working together to build family engagement on our campuses. Another unique thing that ALief is doing that, and I can tell you, I present, in fact, I leave tomorrow to present at a state conference for family and community engagement. And ALief is the leader in our region for family and community engagement. One unique thing that we're doing, and I can tell you, no one else has done this. It is now part of our new teacher track or learning track that they take family and community engagement a course in family and community engagement, their second year and third year of teaching. No one is doing that, where they're saying, hey, this is required. In college, as educators, no one takes a course on family and community engagement. If you look back, you didn't take a course on that. You were taught how to teach, and good luck with the families. And I don't know about you, Kendrick, but I remember my first open house. I remember my knees shaking and being very afraid. Oh my gosh, the parents are coming. What do I do? What do I say? Making that first phone call to a parent. What do I do? What do I say? And so it's important that we equip our teachers to be able to engage with our families. And ALief has taken that step as well.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, when you think about, I think about that parental involvement. Years ago, I went over to Belize with PV, right? Wow. And so it was a group of us, and so we went to do 2 trainings at University of Belize for the teachers of those areas. And so they shut down. A lot of people came, and one of them was parental involvement, right? And so that's what we had to learn about to be able to share with them. And so when you looked at those issues, it was pretty much the same, whether it was this country or another country, right? And so being able to be that leader, like you say, being able to have those innovative programs, how proud does that parent feel walking across that stage with those cords, right? Something that doesn't go away. And so I do think big shouts out to you all for putting that play together, putting the plan in place. And so now, when is the first group starting in the academy? When has it already begun?
Yeah, so our families, what they'll be able to do is there are specific courses that if they complete or events, if they attend, they will scan a QR code and be able to be entered into earning their credit. So for instance, All Pro Dad, that is an amazing program that goes on at several of our schools. It happens the last week of every month where we have our dads come in right before they head out to work. I always say you have dads and tats and dads and ties, and they come in, they eat breakfast with their babies. They spend 30 to 45 minutes learning about a character skill with their child there. They stand up, they tell their child face to face this month, I'm proud of you because, and then their child turns to them and says the same thing. It's amazing because you see dads in tears. You see kids in tears because a lot of times dads are the providers. They're constantly moving, especially in our community. And so to give them the space to be able to come in for 30, 45 minutes, share that moment with their child, and then head off to work means a lot. And so that's one way in which our families can earn Face Academy credit. They can also attend our ALief Family U Conference. That is going to be on March the 2nd. And so on March the 2nd, they can earn credit by attending Family U Conference. And our family centers. Our family centers are open Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays. And I say open meaning they're offering classes. They're open the whole week to serve our families, but they offer classes Tuesdays and Wednesdays and Thursdays. And if they complete, for instance, our active parenting of teens or our active parenting or our parenting partner class, they'll be able to scan their QR code and earn credit as well. And then there are a couple of other opportunities in which they can earn credit throughout the year for our families of special needs children. They can attend their events as well and earn credit. So they have a QR code where they can scan that and again earn their 6 credits as well.
Man, I would just say big shouts out to Sorto. I have, for our family center, I have been in to give a little guidance on the coupon classes that they had.
Oh, wow.
I've been in there working on the language classes. I think we did a little quick workout class. I was in there for that. Look, I would always frequent there. Now, they had the good snacks too.
Yes,
so it all worked. It was all full circle.
We believe in single parents.
Yes. So big shouts out to Ms. Sorto for her work she's doing at Hicks.
Hey, Patricia.
And for everybody else. Yeah. So now, as we get ready to land this plane, I know this is one event. We got everything going in the parent center. Family engagement is continuous. So how can interested individuals or organizations get involved to support something like Greek College Week or either the family engagement as a whole?
Yeah, so there's so many ways they can get involved. First of all, ALief Greek Week is just a start. We're launching college and career road trip. So if you're an organization similar to, like, for instance, Alpha Kappa Alpha, they sponsored an entire bus for our students to go to Southern. If you're an organization and you want, or maybe you're a corporation, or so what's cool is we also have, for instance, a business organization coming in. They're a Greek business organization. They're coming in and they're providing services to the students. So again, we're not going to put the opportunity in a box. So if you're an organization and you say, hey, we want to give kids a new experience, we want to sponsor a trip to a college or a university, or you want to sponsor families going to a university, jump on in. You can reach out to us and we definitely can find a way for you to play a part. Or perhaps you have an amazing career that you want to share with students. It's amazing because our kids can serve in so many different areas. Go to your local school and say, hey, when's your next career day? And sign up. We're always looking for folks to be able to share their careers. And please don't feel like, well, my career is not enough. You don't know that. You don't know that could be someone's joy and what they love doing. They can sign up and be a part of that as well. Any information that you have to share. Maybe you know about scholarships. We have an amazing career and college expo coming up in November, where our students are going to go to the Talent Center. They're going to have Friday, a full day where they will meet with several colleges. And this specific event is known for students to leave with thousands of dollars in hand in scholarships. So if you're an organization and you say, hey, we want to be able to give away a mini or a large scholarship, definitely we would love for you to play a part in that as well. We also have on April 12th, our culminating event. And so on that day, we would love for any organizations that would like to sponsor, say, a prom ticket, a yearbook, luxury vehicle for prom, or clothes, or gift cards, or mini scholarships. Definitely reach out. We would love to have you be a part as well. And again, most likely this is going to happen next year. So we're looking for folks that say, I want to jump in and come in and serve with our students. You don't have to wait for a big event to come and serve in ALief. I'm blessed to be able to oversee the volunteer program as well. And so with the volunteer program, you can sign up and become a cleared volunteer to serve our students. Ms. D. Jones, she has a great mentor program also. So you can also be a part of that.
All right, that's it, man. Well, I sure appreciate you once again taking an hour out of the night on a Monday to kind of come in and talk about the work. It was so appreciated. You dropped so many nuggets, and so the biggest pieces I love when people come on and they engage, but also cutting it up, right, and giving those chunks. As we know, our attention span. So being able to give those chunks that really just feeds people on different aspects of what they need. So thank you, Director, for spending a little time tonight.
And I would challenge you to share your I Can story.
Yeah. Oh,
I have put him on the spot, people. He is on
look, I will definitely share my I Can story. I got something to say. Yeah, so most definitely. Well, now wait a minute though. Give me a few days because I got to top Vincent. Let me come with some effects. I got to get him now. That was so
Mr. Lewis,
man. I thought he sent that out to yeah, because I think he sent that out to production and brought that back. Like she say, kids say, let's go. Most definitely, let's go. All right. Well, once again, Director, thank you so much for tonight. Once again, I look forward to getting this out, and I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Thanks for having me. Take care, everybody.
All right. That'll work. All right, y'all. This is KT for KTTV signing out. 100.
This is Darnell with Broadcast Houston.
This is Dr. Tamara Beckford.
Hey, this is Candace.
This is London Underwood.
This is Kirsten Bass with Inner City Greens, and you're watching.
Y'all are now tuned in to
KTTV.
KTTV.